Hello dear investors. Information and Analytical Service is in touch with you GURU.Markets. Thank you so much for watching our review. We will look at the main indicators of the company Seanergy Maritime, SHIP, ticker SHIP. The review is based on current data as of July 3, 2024. By classification GURU.Markets company Seanergy Maritime Holdings Corp belongs to the subcategory largest water. 18 companies take part in the assessment. This is quite representative. Let's start with general information about the company. A little further we will consider each parameter in a little more detail. If you want, you can pause it. We invite you to study all the organization's indicators more carefully. Access to the table with the ticker structure is absolutely free and open. Thank you very much for your repost, as well as various other help. All this greatly helps the project. Market capitalization of the organization Seanergy Maritime Holdings Corp is $0.2 billion. With a subcategory capitalization of $16 billion. Seanergy Maritime, SHIP, has a share of 1.215% and is one of the small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $0.23 billion. And the capitalization of the subcategory is $15 billion. Seanergy Maritime, SHIP, accounts for a share of 1.476%. Having made a comparison of the occupied shares of market and balance sheet capitalization, we see the following. Occupied share Seanergy Maritime, SHIP, in a subcategory in case of assessment of exchange value is 1.215%. The balance sheet capitalization is 1.476%. This is 21% more than the share of the exchange value. Assessment of the organization's share of market and book value in the subcategory. Good, 1 point. The company under study has financial liabilities of $0.211 billion. Debt to book value is 91.7% of equity. Rating based on the level of the company's financial liabilities, tolerable, 0 points. The company's market price to earnings ratio is 13.7. The average for the subcategory is 0 and this is significantly better than the average for the subcategory. Assessment of the company's market price to profit indicators in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Very good, 2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was $16 million. Forward earnings for the coming 12 months are expected to be $26 million. And this is 63.9% more than at the current moment. An assessment of the projected future profit indicator in comparison within the subcategory. Good, 1 point. The company's price to revenue ratio is 1.5. The subcategory average of 1.2 is 25% higher than the subcategory average. Assessment of the company's stock market value to revenue in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $130 million. Forward revenue for the coming 12 months is expected to be $210 million. Which is 62% more than the current figure. Assessment of expected future revenue indicators in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Good, 1 point. The margin is 12%, with the average in the subcategory minus 3.8%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 15.9%. Marginality assessment in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's share by number of employees in the subcategory is 0.457%, which is 166% less than the share of market capitalization. And this fact reflects the discrepancy between the company's exchange price Seanergy Maritime Holdings Corp., probably towards revaluation. The amount of capital for each employee of the organization is equal to $2,465,000. Whereas in the subcategory there are $927,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 165.9%. Estimation of the company's market capital per employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. The amount of profit for each employee of the company is $193,800. The average for the subcategory is minus $30,500. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is $224,000. Estimation of profit per company employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. Revenue for each employee of the organization is $1,611,000. In the subcategory $801,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 101%. Estimation of revenue per individual company employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The volume of short transactions is 3.1%, with an average for the subcategory of 5%. This is an indicator of the risk of a short squeeze. Indicator RSI, 14, shows a level of 53% for the company Seanergy Maritime Holdings Corp. Whereas for the subcategory this level is approximately 51%. On average, securities of the subcategory are valued approximately the same as the company's shares Seanergy Maritime, SHIP. Comparing the movement of the company's stock price Seanergy Maritime Holdings Corp. and subcategory shares. We can see that over 12 months the company's shares Seanergy Maritime Holdings Corp. showed a change of 132.5%. Against price dynamics in the subcategory 43.4%. This definitely doesn't mean anything, but you need to take note of this fact. Before announcing the total score, please kindly ask. Make a valuation of company shares Seanergy Maritime, SHIP, in the comments to this security assessment. Overall result. 6 out of 10 points. The average result for the subcategory is 1.2 points. If you look very broadly, within the stock market as a whole. Note that the average result for the market in the aggregate is 0.4 points. Against the score of 6 points from Seanergy Maritime Holdings Corp. Let's look at the order table that is available to you. The link is in the pinned comment. The order table contains absolutely all decisions made by the reference evaluation system GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is absolutely free and open. Link in pinned comment. It should be recalled that on June 25, 2024, we published the order. Ticker SHIP. Information and Reference System GURU.Markets, the following decision was made on this order. Close the deal. The profit was 6.9%. Positions in a subcategory largest water no. Thank you all very much for watching this video and for using the information and reference system GURU.Markets. You really are the coolest audience on the planet.